Hello and welcome to this Xbox Life episode 356, Teasing the Division. I am one of your hosts, Mark, aka Wingman 709, and with me tonight is my good buddy Rob.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Rob, also known as Presar. Hello, hello.
And welcome, as you will notice, it's just the two of us. So I'm going to say it now. Please bear with me. This is the first time I'm running the show in this whole new fangled, messed up format that Brun created that makes the show look really cool. There's just a lot more work in the background, and it's my first time. So Rob is going to be checking our audio, making sure that we sound
Yeah, so
level.
far, so far, so good.
Yay! And I just noticed I'm not even I'm not even logged into the Twitch right now. So, yay. So I can't even keep up with what's going on there, but oh well, we'll get to it. And hopefully you guys don't get blasted by some freaking mute. Let me mute this real quick. Ah, whoo! That was close. So, hello to Vengeful Loki. Nice to see you in there. All right, so let's get on with the show. Sounds like our levels are good. Bro, Brun's in there. Hey, Brun, glad you could be there and not here
Hey,
doing the work.
weren't you not going to talk about the chat? Come on, let's get
I'm just
rolling.
trying to make sure it's everything's working here. So, anyways, welcome. Be sure to check our show out live on Twitch every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern time. So, Rob, let's jump into it. What have you been playing this week?
A couple of things. I've been playing Forza Horizon on the Xbox 360. Kind of dug that out of the Wayback Machine, and played a little bit of it with my son because he loved watching me play Forza Horizon 2 on the Xbox 360. So there's an Xbox. No, did I say Xbox 360? I meant Xbox One.
You did say 360.
Yeah. Okay, so I meant Forza Horizon 2 on the Xbox One. And there's a 360 that he kind of plays Minecraft on and a couple other things. So I threw it in there because I had the disc just laying around. We played a whole bunch of races on there, and it was interesting to watch him kind of get accustomed to driving because he's 7. He doesn't drive in the real world, as far as I know. But just learning the things and just urging him on is at 7 you tend to kind of give up on things and be upset when you don't win things the first time. And yeah, it was cool to actually see him get first place in things. So he's got his Formula One racing career starting early at the age of 7.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's pretty
and
cool.
and he's close to me already in gamer score. By the way,
Well,
he's got 295, which is probably half of what I've got.
uh,
But
that doesn't surprise anybody listening to the show.
exactly, I just need him to play Avatar for 15 minutes, and then he'll surpass me.
There you go.
But then I had an impulse buy also the other day, and I got Batman Arkham Knight, and I really enjoy the game. It's very cool, very well done, and it is like total overwhelming visuals city. is, Mark? Have you played this at all?
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm sitting there looking. That's one of those games I paid and I can't go back and play. I I like the other Batman games, and for some reason, I don't know if it's just I'm getting old, and I think a lot of it is my age. I think I'm just getting to the point where these games are getting too complicated because this one seems so hard. Like there's so many things you can do,
Yeah.
and even in the training, I kept failing on training. I was like, "What am I doing wrong?" It's like you got to hit these all these different button combinations and stuff, and this one just kind of
Oh, yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
it just I don't know. I didn't go back. I played it one time for maybe 2 hours, and I'm just like I haven't been back to it. And I think about it. I'm like, man, I paid all that money. I should go try it again. But I'm just like, man, I'd have to start over because I can't even remember, what the first. I'd have to start the whole game over again. And I'm just like, I don't want to do that. I just
Yeah.
not that I was that far into it, but it's like I don't want to go through the frustrating training again. But I'd have to continue playing.
Right. I
So
know what you mean. Because I was actually thinking about it this today, actually, on my nice and exciting ride into work on the train, where a couple weeks ago I played Mass Effect. So it was on sale for like 2, $3 on the 360 digital
Yeah.
version. So I'm like, this thing's in backwards compatibility. Sure, I'll grab it. And by the way, if you guys haven't tried this yet, you
Oh.
buy that thing on the 360, the digital version, it's like available instantly on the Xbox One. So I installed it and played it. And you look at a game like Mass Effect, which I mean, it's a couple years old now, but you look at the environment around you and you
So,
get this, like, I'll
Rob,
call it yeah,
I got to interrupt you.
what?
I never altered the title to the stupid Twitch stream, so this is a test.
Well, that's what it was even before.
Oh, I know. I never went in and changed it.
Oh
I
boy.
need to
So
go
what does that
change
mean?
it and stop the show and need to restart. Otherwise, it's going to be completely wrong for Twitch and YouTube, and we got to start over.
Can't we change it?
You can't change it on the fly. I don't think.
No, once it's done.
I don't think you can.
Oh, you pulled a BJ blooper.
I did. And Brun's like, just change it now, but I'm trying to figure that out. Okay, I'm going to see if I can do this. And go ahead and keep talking. I apologize for interrupting you.
I refuse to tell this story twice.
Let me just see. Maybe I can update it. It said it saved.
I'm gonna
So
take a look. See,
maybe it worked. Maybe it worked. I mean, I hope so. I hope so. So I don't know how to tell though. Not from what I'm looking at.
here, I'll refresh.
All right.
This is only a test.
I did change it in the dashboard, and I'm seeing it. It says it updated, but you know, I don't know. Again, it's all Brun's fault.
When Wayne comes back, he's gonna yell at us. Oh, whoops, wrong person.
So, Fair Power.
Ah,
Let me know if that fixed it. Fair Power. Anybody else watching? Let me
I,
know, please.
that is not fixed.
Oh, Brun says we're good. So let's just keep on a rolling then.
All right. Ah, yes, there it is. Finally changed. Okay. Anyway,
Yay.
so where was I?
I
Oh,
have
yes.
no idea. I
So
was panicking. This is so frustrating. I
get
don't
some.
like being in this seat again.
Do you need to go change?
Maybe. So,
Anyway, so Mass Effect. So
yes,
I
you
got
were.
that on the 360, which carried over into backwards compatibility. And I was just playing it a couple weeks back. And you look at that game, which is a couple of years old, that everybody likes, and the visuals on it are like this. You have what I'll call the floor or the ground with essentially just some kind of texture on it. Then you might have a rock. And then you have like cliff walls, which are kind of like having you go somewhere. And that's like the whole game. It's very simple. Or you might have a platform to walk onto or stairways. And this is like when it's, let's say, outside versus an inside space. And it's all very simple. I mean, extremely simple when you consider it. And then you go to like Batman Arkham Knight. There is rain coming down. There's stuff on the streets. There's buildings. There's signs. There's flashing neon. There's like so much stuff going on. It's almost overwhelming. And then on top of that, you have all this stuff going on, and you get these like weird, crazy camera angles and all these dudes coming at you from every direction. I'm sure once you get used to it, it's okay, but there's just so much to it. It's like the total opposite of like what a game like Mass Effect is. And I thought that was just kind of interesting. And I think for some old people, not naming any names, that just might be where some of the frustration comes from. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Yes. No?
Sorry, my
Okay.
my house phone was ringing, so I muted because it's like the base of it's right here.
Ah,
So I was
you got
trying
to
to
put the
be.
world on hold when we're recording.
I got stuff going on, man.
Yeah,
I'm
recording our
I'm
show.
got texting going
But
on. The wife is bugging me.
you got
You know,
Facebook,
yeah.
Craigslist.
I got yeah, whatever. So, anyways,
Anyway,
but it's
so
not that the visually. I'm okay with visually, but I'm not okay with like it's like the controls. It's that's where it gets to. Well, that works, Braun. Thank you. Um, it's the controls. It's like there's so many things that you can do. That's where I think I get like, wait a minute, what do I do to do this, and how do I do this, and like I I, I think the detail's cool, and I'm like looking forward to like the division, and that looks super detailed, and I think I'll be okay. But it's just like how many controls are there, and what I think I'm just getting that point. I can't take in anymore. I just need something simple, point and shoot, that type of thing, and leave it at that.
yeah.
Arkham's, Batman can do so many different things that it's just like, okay, why am
Oh
I
yeah.
failing at this? Why can't I do this? What am I not doing right in the
Yeah.
training session?
And
So,
there's the controls for Batman, then there's the controls for the Batmobile.
oh, and then that
And then it's
tank.
got, yeah, it's got like the fighting mode, or I forget what they call it, where it
So,
kind of like its wheels come out and then it can go in every direction.
yeah, like
But
Loki says, all we need is that bring back the Atari 2600 controller, one stick, one button, good to go.
yeah.
Back when games ruled.
Oh, like track and field where your hand
You
cramps
just
with like the
mash it on
button.
that button as fast as you
Yeah.
can. So,
But yeah, so anyway, Arkham Knight, uh, definitely an eye candy game. A little harder than the previous ones, but hey, it's Batman. What else can I say? Batman goodness.
yeah,
And it was $45. I don't know if it still is or not
yeah.
because it was on that sale. So actually, that's an interesting point. So $45 for the game, and the season pass is $40.
Yeah. It's like one
That's
of the that's remember we talked about that season
yeah,
pass a long
yeah,
time
the
before the
doozy.
game launched and how crazy it was.
Hmm. And it went on sale pretty quick. I've still been waiting for The Witcher to go on sale, and it hasn't. And that came out a couple months back. And this thing's already on sale. What, like less than a month after it came out?
It does seem like people complain about the digital sales, but like, oh well, retail is always cheaper, but we're seeing these pretty new games going um, to getting discounts, pretty good sized discounts, pretty
Yeah.
quickly. I've even seen people talking about Mad Max. I actually pulled the trigger on that, bought that today, pre-ordered it, and a lot of people are like, "Well, I'm just gonna wait because it's gonna be discounted in 2 weeks, or a month later it'll be partial, it'll be discounted because of all the holiday stuff coming out." So I mean,
Right.
if we're at this point where everybody already's like, "Oh, I'll just wait because it's gonna be discounted," then I don't see why people can complain that digital prices are too high. You know,
Yeah.
so
It
but
really depends on how soon you want it.
true. A game like
'Cause-
Mad Max though won't matter because it's a single player only, so it
right.
doesn't. You won't have to worry about no one else is playing because you can't play
Oh,
with anybody
yeah.
else. But a
That's right.
game like Call of Duty or The Division or anything else new, Gears of War, like the Gears of War just came out. That people are buying that. I decided not to because it's the same game I've already played. It's all going to be backward compatible. Yeah, there's a couple new missions, but I don't think that's worth $60. And here in a couple of weeks, you're going to start that winter rush where no one's going to be playing the thing anyways in a few weeks. So
Yeah, it'll be half price then on a sale.
exactly, or it'll be games for gold here in December.
Yeah. I was actually kind of contemplating how if you're playing something already, and let's say you're in the middle of a game, whatever it is, like let's say you had Arkham Knight. So you're in the middle of Arkham Knight. You still have like a couple of weeks before you're going to finish it, or week two, or whatever it might be. Why bother getting that game right away? the new one that just came out.
Because it's the new hotness.
Yeah, but why get it right away? Because you
Because it's
might not.
new.
Yeah,
It's
but
that
it's not like
new
they're
car
gonna run
smell.
out. It's not like you're gonna. It's like a limited print run,
Because you don't want
or
people, because
or
all
they're
your
gonna.
friends are going to be playing it, and you don't want to be behind the ball game, and they're going to be all. And by time, and then you think about it, with all the new stuff coming out, by the time you get to it, they've moved on again to the next new hotness, so you fall behind. So,
Yeah,
gotta stay up, my
I guess
brother.
there's always that argument. I guess.
Yeah, but you're right. There's no, especially like a single player game, you could buy it next January after you've played through all the winter stuff, and
Yeah,
then you got something to play. That will probably
and
take you a lot
it'll
of
be
hours to
cheaper
play.
then, and all the DLC will be out. Or
Yeah, absolutely.
'cause I know I talked about this before, where back, oh man, this must have been like 20 years ago or even more, when Command and Conquer came out. Everybody like was in love with this game, myself included.
Yeah.
And then there was the follow up to that. I don't remember what it was called.
Red alert.
No, it was almost like a bunch of extra missions. I want to
Oh,
say it came out right before Red Alert,
I do not
but
recall.
yeah, but whatever the title was, I remember going everywhere looking for it. And going to like Comp USA and the Babbages. Remember those guys?
Yep.
And that's ultimately where I wound up finding it. But after going to like all these different stores where it was sold out, we don't need to worry about that anymore. Pre-ordering doesn't mean what it used to be, where you're guaranteeing yourself something. Pre-ordering now just means you don't have to wait for it to download, because you'll get it at midnight the day of release. So, if you're not going to be playing the game right away and you're just going to wait a little bit, finishing some stuff up or whatnot, just wait. Maybe catch a
Well,
sale, get all the DLC.
but you also could
But
lose out on pre-order bonuses. You know,
oh,
it's like we'll
yeah,
take for
those are
Mad
lame.
Max for example. It
Okay.
comes with a some extra bonus item, and it won't be available afterwards probably unless you pay for it or not. But at least you've got it, and I've secured it, and because I won't be able to
Yeah.
play that game the day it comes out because I'm gonna actually be out of town. But when I get back, it'll be ready to go, and I didn't lose out on the bonus item, and I'm gonna buy
Right.
it anyway. So, but yeah, if I'm not gonna play it right away, then no, I would not. I wouldn't worry about that. But I think another kind of we're getting way off. We're still on what we've been playing,
Yeah.
but the thought came, why pre-order? Why order it right away or buy it right away at full price? The reason why, because if you like the game and you want them to make another one, if everybody waits to get it on sale, then that means the developer made no money in the first couple of weeks. They that first couple of weeks is where they get the majority of their money, and if it flops, they're not going to make another one. The studio could even close depending on who it is. So if it's something that you like with Mad Max, I've been really hesitant about it because I'm you know I'm concerned that it's going to be too focused on vehicular combat, which it is going to be. It is stated that that is kind of the main focus. So there is some on foot stuff, but you're mainly in your car. It's about the car. But I have a lot of faith in Avalanche Studios, who's making Just Cause 3, and they made Just Cause series. I really like Just Cause 2. So, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. So, I'm rolling the dice here, hoping I don't get burned again this year. But again, if people are like, well, I'm gonna wait and see on it, and if you had enough people, I mean, this is a large amount of people, but a large enough people don't buy it, or they wait till it goes on sale, or people just get into this, I'm gonna wait till it's $30. I'm not buying anything at $60. Pretty soon, you're not gonna have anything. We're gonna have nothing to buy because we're waiting for the sale. No one's gonna be, they're gonna view this as the game was a failure because it didn't sell. So that's another reason to buy it on day one. At least within the first 2 weeks.
Well, I don't think that the developers get more money if it's not on sale. Somebody takes the hit. I don't think it's the developers, because let's say let's say it's a physical and it's at Fry's and it's $10 off. The
No, they already
studio's
got
got
their
their
money
money.
from Fry's, but
Yeah,
if, and I'm not sure how it works, but if, we'll say GameStop or Fry's or whatever, they order 1 million units and nobody buys them, they're not going to be reordering anymore. And when the game doesn't sell until they could cut it in half, I think that would affect the developers. It's going
yeah,
to all trickle back. And they're going to see sales numbers. And if the game's not selling, they're going to be like, okay, well, we're not going to waste our money into, you know,
yeah,
Mad Max 2. So, but yeah, that's that would take massive numbers of people to not purchase it, or a lot of people to wait till it was on sale for to affect it. But it's just a thought.
yeah,
Anyways,
absolutely.
I'm
Anyway,
I'm assuming you're done talking about what you've been playing.
no, I got one more.
Nope, too bad.
And then the last one worth mentioning is I've been playing some more of Adventures of Pip. I talked about
Cheerio.
this one last week a little bit. It's basically like an old school made for 2015 style game, something that you used to play back on your Game Boy, or those style of like platformer games that have the little stories, like the evil queen captures the princess or whatnot, and then you're the only person in the entire world that can save them. And what's kind of unique about this one is it's all about like resolution, for example, where in the beginning of the game you start off as like a single pixel, and then the the more stature, the more like higher up in royalty that the characters are, the better they look, the more, resolution, the better graphics they have. And you actually switch back and forth from being a pixel to being like a better drawn character. And it's just pretty interesting, and it's actually kind of kind of hard. It's not as easy as I thought it would be. And there's some elements where it's like, okay, I need to get over here, but I'm like the better drawn character. Oh, I need to go back to a pixel to get there. And but yeah, it's a pretty decent game, and I'm enjoying it. And that's about it. How about
Uh,
you?
all right. Well, this week I played some more How to Survive. Freaking game is hard, even on easy. It's insane. Played some DOA 5 last round. Did the fourth DLC for Tales from the Borderlands. Played some World of Tanks. And also played some Titanfall with my good buddy Carbide. He was talked me into coming and playing, and I'm like, all right, and it was cool. I had a good time. If you guys are members of the Facebook group, you will see a video I posted out there, or if you're a friend, you will see it on my activity feed. It was pretty cool. I was in a Titan. I was standing we were playing hardpoint. I was standing there. I just helped capture one point. And every time we were walking away, they were like, it was going again, So I knew there was people around. So I'm standing there, and all of a sudden I can see a shadow
Oh yeah, I saw that.
running on the ground. I'm looking. I just happen to turn, and I see some little dude running. I'm like, oh, there's somebody on the roof. So I turn and I walk backwards so that my gun's pointing up. And sure enough, there he was, and I was just, and he was toast. And I'm like, that was so cool to be alerted by seeing their shadow on the ground. I like that was just an awesome moment. So of course I'm yelling, for the, to record it, and I'm like, that is just so super cool. It was a fun moment, but I had a really good time with that game. I just really love Titanfall, so fantastic game. But that is what I did. So let's move on and see. Oh, I guess I was supposed to put that up. I'm already a logo behind here. Oh well, whatever. So if you want to become a patron of the show, you can go to patreon.com/this Xbox Life, I believe. Yes, that's it. And you can basically subscribe to us, and you basically would donate money to the show every month. It automatically comes out of your credit card, debit card, whatever you do, and you set the amount that you want to donate. If you don't want to do that on a rotating basis, you can send us a tip by going to twitchalerts.com/donate/this Xbox Live. This is a one-time donation, and as you can see, if you do that, if you go through there, you get your name down there at the bottom, like Drano85 has done. So, and for all the world to know that you donated. So appreciate those. Again, they're not expected; they are appreciated, as Brian likes to say. So we're gonna jump into our topics. So, Rob, you were talking earlier about playing Mass Effect on Xbox One. What would you say if you could play Forza Motorsport 1 on your Xbox One? Or
I would say
maybe,
I ain't got no time for that.
or maybe, um, Hunter the Reckoning, or Crimson Skies, or Blinks the Time Sweeper.
Overlord.
You see where I'm getting at?
No.
What do all those games have in common?
Explain it to me. They're old,
They are old. How old are they?
like us.
How old are those games?
Older than old. Heck, 10 years
What
more?
platform did they come on?
The Xbox One?
No. Yes and no.
Yeah, the original Xbox.
There you go. The original Xbox.
Yes.
Well, Microsoft's head of Xbox has revealed that making games from the company's original Xbox console playable on Xbox One is something he's actively investigating.
That'd be cool.
That is kind of cool to make if they could make that entire library available to play on Xbox One, I think that'd be kind of cool. I mean, not that I would want to rush out and play those things on my Xbox One, but I did. Oh, that's something I can tell you. I didn't mention it. This was this last weekend. I went out and actually bought another Xbox console, and I bought an original Xbox. Hooked it up downstairs. I bought actually Blank's Forza the original, and Crimson Skies. So I did pick up those three, and it was weird. So far I've only played some Forza, and all I can say is, wow, that game's come a long ways. But
yeah.
It would be kind of cool to be able to play some of those, just to be able to, same thing, just turn your Xbox One on and play any one of those games. I think that's really kind of a neat idea, and I'd like to see that happen. And we'll see what happens. But they are actively investigating it. So, that I would say means Phil's looking into it to see if it's something we can do, what the cost is going to be. If, there's obviously cost outweighs benefit type of thing they got to figure out. But I think it would be kind of a cool idea. I do like the 360's backward compatible and the way that's working out. Do we need it? No, I don't think we need it. Is it a cool idea? Yeah, it's kind of cool. What do you think? Do you think it's... What do you think?
It's something that would definitely be cool. There's some, pretty decent games that came out over the last, almost 15 years. And, well, actually, the original Xbox came out in 2001 or something? Something like that. 2000, 2001, and it went through 2006, 7-ish, maybe. So that's 7 years of games out there. And I remember I used to play the heck out of a whole bunch of them. I'm having a hard time remembering any of them right now just because it was so long ago. But the only thing is, how could they... I mean, you pretty much have to buy them again unless...
You know what? They're so old. I wouldn't be surprised if they just made it here's the catalog.
Or it would be something like the game room. With that game room that they had, weren't titles only a couple bucks?
Yeah, maybe they do something like that.
$1 or $2.
Or maybe they say, we can read the disc and know that you got it. Maybe they'll do the same thing. Even if they did that and said we can read the disc and you download the digital version, and if you didn't have it, I would like the ability just to buy the digital version of a couple games. There's 2 games I cannot find, which is the reason I bought the original Xbox. I'm looking for Hunter the Reckoning and Hunter the whatever the sequel to it was, the Redemption or something like that. But I really liked Hunter the Reckoning, and I would love to play that. Huh?
Hunter the Reckoning Redeemer.
Yeah. So, well, there's Hunter the Reckoning and then Hunter the Redeemer, right? Or
The
Hunter the
Reckoning,
Reckoning the Redeemer.
the Redeemer.
Okay, so those are the two I'm looking for. I'm trying to find them. I,
Yeah.
I scoured all weekend, all the old game stores here in town, and nope, couldn't find it. So I put the call out to my good buddy Democulus, our resident gaming expert, and he was like, "Those are sort of harder ones to find on the original, but he's got his eye out for me. If anybody can find them, I'm sure he will." So, but yeah, it'd be cool just to play those on the original or on the Xbox One with the nice, controllers instead of the big Duke. Um, so,
Oh,
and a
heck yeah.
controller I'm familiar with, because even the controller S, I picked up a Duke, I picked up a controller S, and then I got a third party one. Um, but the S is, the Duke is insane. I still, when I looked at it, I was like, oh my goodness, this is huge. And my youngest son was like, what the heck? That thing's giant. I just started laughing. I was like, I know.
Yeah.
he keeps talking about it. Dad, look how big that thing is. So, but yeah, it would be fun. So, if it does happen, we'll definitely be sure to let you guys know how that all pans out.
Yeah. If this comes out, everybody will know it. We don't have to let anybody know.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. I just looked online, and the original Xbox across all regions has 969 games, at least according to Wikipedia.
wow.
So that's a lot of titles that they could potentially bring forward. And I imagine that the main thing that they need to do is just figure out how to get a VM running, which they probably could.
Well, that's essentially what the 360 is. And the thing,
Yeah.
too, is, you think about it, the 360 was backward compatible.
Yep.
So all they have to do is figure out how to get the discs probably to be recognized. And then it should be able to run on the 360. Unless that 360
Yeah.
emulator, unless the 360
See,
emulator we have on the one doesn't include the original Xbox emulator that was built into the 360.
the thing though is I don't think that they could I don't think that whole disc system would fly with the original Xbox, just because if people want to play something old, then what are the chances in 2015, or actually
That
if
they
this
still have
feature
the
comes out,
disc.
let's say 2016, yeah. Let's say it comes out in 2016. What are the chances that somebody's going to have, like Blood Rain disc from 2003 or 2002 actually?
Right, that's why I'd rather have them
Slip.
available in the store to buy. That'd
Yeah,
be cool.
absolutely. And if the game's a couple of bucks, even if it's $5, it would be worth it probably.
I think so. Nothing more than $5.
Yeah.
But I think they could make some money on it if they just sold them. Same with all
Oh,
these 360 games. I think if they make them available for sale to play on your Xbox One, you're gonna make you could still make some money on some old titles.
oh yeah.
So
Like a lot of these games, like I'm looking through here. I mean, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have 10 Star Wars games alone
oh
that I'm
nice.
sure people would love to play. Like the original Battlefront 2, Star
Yeah.
Wars Battlefront 2, Jedi Starfighter, Knights of the Old Republic.
The only problem with a lot of that stuff is, a lot of the servers are all gone. So you'd have no
Oh
online
yeah,
for any
yeah,
of that. It would
yeah,
only
that's
be
true.
the single player experience. So because
And that's
Xbox
enough.
Live, the original Xbox Live service has been shut down.
That's
So,
true.
but
Hey, but they have the power of the cloud. In
yeah, exactly.
2015, 2016, they could bring it
You
back.
should be able to spin up some new servers. So
Yeah.
yeah, dude, people would probably go back and play. Well, of course you can already do the Halo 2, but I bet you people be playing some online old school games. So that'd be
Oh,
kind of
heck.
neat with the power of the cloud. If someone launched, say, just I don't want to use Halo 2. That's what I keep thinking of, but I'm trying to think of. We'll say Hunter the Reckoning, okay, or Forza, the original Forza Motorsport. So someone went on there, you put that in, and they said, "Hey, let's play online." and say nobody's playing. So as soon as someone does that, boom, it spins up a server. And then you tell your buddies, hey, come on, let's play. And they all jump on, and the server's already spun up. You know,
Yep.
if Crackdown 3 can automatically just, boom, pop something up, it'd be sweet to see. And I can't see it being that complicated in this day and age with VMs and stuff to just, boom, pop up a server for that game. It's
Exactly.
just, boom, launch it. There it goes. As soon as someone wants it, it just launches it and takes up a resource. And then if no one's playing, hey, you're not having servers running. That resource is shut down. You know?
Exactly.
So that would be really cool.
Oh, heck yeah.
But
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
that's a dream, and those would cost money. But what won't cost you money in September are 4 new games. Well, 4 games, I should say. I like how they say, I like this article. From the month of September, Xbox Live Gold members will receive 4 new free games. they're, they're not all new. There's like one that's a new game. But 2 on the Xbox One, 2 on the Xbox 360 as part of the Games with Gold program. So on Xbox One, Xbox Live Gold members can download The Dear God, which is a $15, normally $15. You can download The Dear God for free during the month of September. And Tomb Raider, the Definitive Edition, which is a $30 title, will also be available free as a will be available as a free download from September 16th through October 15th. So I'm not sure why that one's stretched out, unless that's because Tomb Raider's coming out. When does Tomb Raider come out? I don't remember. It wasn't October, was it?
It's November 10th or something, 18th, 10th, something
I'm
like that.
surprised they didn't do this like next month, or maybe this will be one of those. Oh, get it twice.
It's
Maybe
to
they'll bring that
prepare.
back. So those will be available. And if you have not got Tomb Raider yet, you got no freaking excuse. It's free. Okay, this game was
And
worth
it's
$60.
phenomenal. Oh, yeah.
It's worth 120, and I can say that because I bought it for $60 on a 360, and then bought it again on the Xbox One and played it through
It
again.
was worth every penny and every minute.
I cannot wait for the new game.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome. And then on Xbox 360, starting Tuesday, September 1st, Battle Stations Pacific, which is a $25 title, will be free through the 15th. And then on September 16th, Gold members can get Crisis 3, which is a $20 title, for free through the 30th of September. So there you go. 4 titles that you can pick up for free in the month of September. So there you have it.
Excellent. Excellent.
Alrighty. This should be pretty quick. The Call of Duty multiplayer beta began today, August 26th. So if you've got a code, you can now play on either Xbox One and PC. You can experience 7+ multiplayer modes, 3+ multiplayer maps, 8 multiplayer specialists, and a variety of weapons, perks, equipments, and store streaks will be available in the beta. To get access to the Call of Duty, you must have a beta access code. The easiest way is to pre-order the game. There's another reason why you might pre-order a game, Rob, to get beta access. So
The only reason to pre-order a game is it being Tomb Raider.
So
If it's not, forget
Crackdown
about
3,
it.
baby.
Okay, maybe that.
So that's going
Those
on
two.
right now. And if you have a PlayStation, it was they had the beta I think last week, so they got a week early or a few days early. All right, so here's the story that I am like super excited. You know what? I'm gonna go into this last one first, and then we're gonna come back. So, Rob, you remember the preview program, right, for the Xbox?
Of course.
Well, it's if you are not currently a preview member, and you want to be, you better find someone who is to not me, because I'm done doing that. I get too many requests, so put me in the preview program. So find a friend of yours that's not Rob or not myself. Brun will be happy to do this. Send your request to Brun to put you in the preview program. But if you got a friend that's in, just ask them to submit you. They have to go into the preview program application and put a request in for you. You basically have to
Yeah,
be invited.
basically to give you an invite. It doesn't
Right.
put you in.
And then typically, well, I can't say typically, but I've heard people have gotten in like within a couple of days, but it's all based on when Microsoft is inviting you. We're not sending the invites. We're not putting you in the program. Someone who's in can only like send you an invite, or they basically tell Microsoft, hey, invite this person. I'm inviting this person in. I'd like them to be in the preview program. And then you get access to it. But Microsoft has said that it's going to start limiting how many people can join the program in the future. A post reveals that a surge in the number of applications means it's not able to handle a number of new participants. So I'm actually looking forward to the next update here in September. We're going to get the preview program members are going to get the new Windows 10 interface in September, which is not supposed to come out, I think, till November. I believe
Right.
everyone else is supposed to get it November. Normally, everybody gets it a month later. I think this one is not till November, but you never know. They might give it to you in October. But I'm looking forward to it. But
So,
then again,
well,
if it
I,
breaks a
I
lot of stuff,
I was about to say, I think if gaming is something that you do on a daily basis for a couple of hours, you might want to think twice
yeah,
about being in the program over the next couple of months, because being beta gives you stuff early, but being beta also gives you broken stuff.
yep,
It's not guaranteed to work. And we know how grumpy people get when their console isn't working.
I'm one of them. Dude,
Yeah, I was talking
was
to you.
dude,
I was not
last year
talking.
so many times they broke stuff, and I was actually wanting out, and then I don't know what happened when they did their second program. It looked like I was still in, so I was trying to figure out why I was still in, and I don't know. I think I ended up maybe re-enrolling myself, not necessarily wanting to, but I can say the second year of this preview program has been a lot smoother. Knock on wood, a lot better than last year. We had a lot of issues last year, and I was really pretty torqued off most of the time. But this year, it's been a lot better. So I'm hoping the Windows 10 goes well. At least my Surface and my PCs at home are running very well on Windows 10. So I have high
Yep.
hopes that it'll work well on the Xbox. But we shall see. We
Or
shall
like they
see.
say, if you get a bad update that kind of hoses your Xbox for a couple of days, you should just go outside and play
Exactly.
instead of being inside
Yep.
playing video games.
All right. So this brings me to the main topic, the title of our show. Tomorrow, I can't wait for tomorrow. August 27th is going to could be a big day. I hope it's not a letdown. It might be nothing big, but the division is teasing that there's going to be some sort of reveal on August 27th. So I want to read the article. So Ubisoft is teasing a reveal involving the division coming tomorrow, which will be August 27th. The company has released a PDF full of mysterious scribblings that lead you to the answer, move off Manhattan Island now. Once that's stuck into the URL at the top of the page, you hit another PDF with further doodles. Now, what stands out, however, is the banner at the bottom that trumpets more information will be coming on August 27th. So with the tease, yeah, and that's kind of it. I mean, I haven't dived into these PDFs because usually I'm not smart enough to figure this stuff out. When it's like, oh, look through this, and oh, here's a hidden URL, and it takes you to some website that means absolutely nothing. I just don't even bother with that. So I'm waiting for them to come out with a trailer or some news on. It'll probably be, there's going to be a campaign mode, or there's going to be this, or there's going to be that, or we're going to get some more details on maybe a new game mode, or I don't know. I would expect something, but I don't know. We'll see. Looking forward to it. Rob, are you as excited for the division as I am? Do you think?
No. Am I as excited? No.
No. See,
I mean, it looks cool, but I never got into those games.
what I'm hearing and what my understanding of this game, and this is what has me excited. Now, I'm not a fan of Destiny
Right?
for different reasons. And I don't want people to hate on me. I'm not trying to hate on Destiny. I know there's a lot of people out there that really love it, and that's awesome. I'm glad they really enjoy the game. What I really didn't like at Destiny was the grind and the total lack of story. I mean, at the end of it, I was
Yeah,
like, so
understandable.
what was this? I have no clue what I just did or what this was about. Their story was horrible, and the game is just a massive grind fest, which I don't want to do, and it just makes it rather boring for me. But if the division is like Destiny in the fact of it being a shooter RPG, if you will, that you can customize your character, get better loot and gear that you might take from other people or in the that you find in the environment or from missions you complete, and it's all in the modern day, which obviously it is. And if it's that kind of always progressing game, I can see myself getting hooked big time into this, depending if they don't make it so grindy. I just that's the thing that took me out of Destiny the most. I was like, man, I'm tired of doing the same thing over and over. So I really don't want that in the division. I'm worried that's what's going to happen. But if they don't, and they can make it interesting or somehow mix up the missions and what you're doing, so it's not the exact same boss fight every single time, like Terrorist Hunt. I think back to Terrorist Hunt for Rainbow Six Vegas 2. You could go through the same terrorist hunt mission, but you never knew where the terrorists were going to be because it wasn't like they were always standing in the same spot. Like, prior to that, you got to learn where, okay, there's going to be a bad guy around this to the right behind this door. So you knew, boom, you could do it blindfolded. With Rainbow Six Vegas 2, they changed it up. So everything was kind of random. You never knew where the people were going to be. Made it so much more fun, made it more intense. You didn't mind replaying it because you were just based on the same level, but it was always a different match. So if they can do that in this game, then I think that'll be awesome. And I really am excited for the potential that this game has, at least in my eyes. And I think for once, this could be a game that when it comes out, this becomes the only game I play for a long time. So like those that are playing Destiny and that's all they play, or those that play Call of Duty and that's all they play, this is that game. This game looks like it could be that game for me. What do you think? Am I crazy?
Well, we know that, but what's that have to do with the game?
True. But
I know so many people that are really looking forward to this game. From everything that I've seen, it looks like the game's probably going to deliver, and it's just going to suck everybody in.
I think so, and I just hope it lives up. I hope it's, yeah. I mean, if it's like Borderlands or like a mix of Borderlands and Destiny, take the best of those games, and but make the controls here's my thoughts. Okay, this is what I really hope this game to be. Splinter Cell Blacklist was by far the best Splinter Cell game in my opinion. I know a lot of people probably didn't like it because it was more shooter than it was stealth. I loved it. I really liked it. It was like an action game. So make it like that style of game with an MMORPG, a style of Destiny, and with a loot system that's better than Destiny, but not so crazy like Borderlands. Borderlands was too much. You got to divvy it out a little bit. Destiny only has 10 weapons in the whole game, so every time you pick up something, it's like, oh, I've been throwing this away for the last 100 missions. I want more variety and better options, but it doesn't have to be, like Borderlands. Every time you trip over a rock or a scrape of sand, there's a new rifle laying there. So find a nice mix of that, and this game could really go far, I think, and a lot of people could really get hooked to it. So,
oh yeah.
I'll definitely be tweeting. Well, I don't know if I'll be tweeting, but I'll definitely be posting our Facebook group tomorrow. Any news that comes out about this, we'll probably be talking about it next week. If it's of significant newsworthiness, we'll be talking about it next week. But stay tuned tomorrow to find out more on Destiny, or not Destiny, the Division.
Oh, you mean Destiny 2? The Division?
This is just called Tom Clancy's The Division: What Destiny Could Have Been. So
Coulda,
no,
woulda,
I
shoulda.
no, I don't want to knock on Destiny. I really
No.
don't. So I may not like the developer, but like I said, I did enjoy playing some of the game. I will not be buying their DLC for Destiny. No way. I'm done. I feel like the dev is not very nice to the gamer, but yeah, it's just my opinion. So, all right, enough of that. We will more on the division later. Okay, so I think that takes us into our community. And
Yep.
so if you want to look like a member of the community, go to cafepress.com/, this Xbox Live, buy yourself a t shirt, buy a couple t shirts, buy a mug, a cup, whatever, and show your TXL pride. If you want to send us a voicemail, you can by going to our website, clicking on the send voicemail box, and leaving a message for us. If you do, be sure to leave a gamer tag and a message that's clean and that we can play on the show. Kind of like Cat Flap 1970, who sent us this week. Hopefully, you guys will hear this. Here we go.
Hi guys, Catflap 1970 here from the sunny UK. Just thought I'd drop you a line. Nice to see you guys all back as the regular team. And to quickly put this question forward to you guys. We've had the Xbox One there for quite some time. Is it time to have a final goodbye, a funeral or a wake for the Kinect gaming device? It truly does seem to be dead in the water. Other than a video conference device or the audio control, which I think we all enjoy, the Kinect really as the gaming device other than your handheld controller, I believe is completely dead in the water. It's over, it's finished. I personally don't see any future with the Kinect apart from audio control. What are your guys' outlook on this? I mean, can it be salvaged for other than gaming control? Has it got any uses other than gaming control? Is there anything that Microsoft could potentially use this device we all purchased, along with our Xbox Ones, to be used more than a gaming device? Because it really is finished. Anyway, gentlemen, I hope you're all well and happy over in the States and playing many games. Nice to hear you guys. Great show as always. And a pleasure to listen to you guys rant and rave. Always makes me chuckle throughout the day. See you soon, boys. Bye.
Alrighty, so thank you, Cat Flap 1970, for sending us a voicemail. I love getting voicemails. I wish more people would take opportunity because I like to hear from them, and I'm really grateful Cat Flap sends them in on occasion because I like to hear from him.
Yep.
So what do you think, Rob?
You know, when I heard his voicemail, it really got me thinking because it was like the peripheral that could have been, but for many reasons, and I think everybody's familiar with many of those reasons, it just never took off. It basically turned into like the gimmicky controller that you use for your dance games and maybe Xbox Fitness, and that's about it. And that's a shame. With that being said, though, I don't even have mine connected. So maybe that's a telling reason right there as to, is it really necessary? Actually, the last time I had it connected was probably more than a year and a half ago. And as cool as it was to have Xbox Fitness kick my butt, and was it Just Dance? Or actually, no, I think that was on the 360.
See, now if only we could get that archival footage from Microsoft of you playing Just Dance.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. But, I think that's a telling thing right there, that if somebody who has one has it disconnected for 18 months, what's the state of it? I mean, as far as games go, there was a couple of games that utilized some of the voice commands. Like I think Tomb Raider did some of that, didn't it? Or no, Rise.
Yeah, you
Is it?
can. Some of the games
Yeah,
will still use voice commands and stuff in it, but
yeah,
we are not seeing like. I mean, Microsoft pushed Kinect big time on the 360, and then everything was better with Kinect. It was flagged that purple stripe on every
right.
box that said better with Kinect, and we saw a lot of games that used it. Now I can only think of like maybe one or two in 2 years that the Xbox One has been out that are Kinect games. I mean, they're just
Other
not
than the
there.
dancing games.
Well, yeah, you've got like the Fantasia game and you've got
Yeah,
the
true.
sports game, the Microsoft Sports, whatever it is. And I think there was a couple others that just recently came out, like not Totem Ball, but something similar to that. It just recently came out, but that's like it in 2 years.
Yeah.
So I do agree that I think for gaming it's dead. And I really think that, but the thing is, I really wouldn't want the system without it because I do use the voice commands a lot. I do the record that. I do on, turning it on and off. I always use my voice,
Okay.
I do mute. I tell it to mute a lot, so, or to pause or stuff. So it's like if you're watching a movie, I don't have to go, oh, where's the controller? I don't have to power it on, and I can just say, hey, pause, and it'll pause it. To me, that's
Right.
great. For gaming, yeah, I have no use for it in a game. I think it is dead in my opinion for gaming, and I think we've seen that for all the other
Yeah.
stuff. So where is it
And
going to
oh,
go in the future? All they really need to do is put a microphone, build a microphone that just it's built into the console. It just sits there right at the just like like a laptop has it built into the case. Just do the same thing so that I can still do voice commands. You don't need to see me. You don't need to recognize me when I walk in because I have it set to auto launch to my profile anyways. So it doesn't matter who walks in. If it's turned on, my wife walks in and turns it on with a controller, it's going to launch my dashboard. So I don't even need the camera on it.
yeah.
But it may go away if they. And I was thinking about that the other day. And his voicemail actually comes at a good point. I didn't even think about that, but I was thinking the other day. With this Windows 10 upgrade, are we going to lose anything that we currently have of the ability to do now on the Xbox One, such as saying record that and
No, they wouldn't do
pause?
that.
I would hope not. But think
No.
about it. When the Xbox One originally launched, we couldn't do voicemails. You couldn't do a lot of things that we used to be able to do on the 360 forever. It took like 2 years to find, to get, or well, it was over. It was about a year later, I think, when we finally were able to send a voicemail. I think it was actually over a year, So it's like now we're getting basically a brand new OS. We could potentially lose some features that we have right now.
Could. You bring up a good point. We could. However, I would speculate that with the Xbox going Windows 10, that it kind of opens up the Xbox to even more development because there's a heck of a lot more people that can code for Windows than they can for a closed platform like the Xbox One or 360 were. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I would think that they open themselves up to even a huger, is that a word? Huger?
Huger.
A
It is
much
now.
larger development team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because it's it's so more prevalent and it's got the not backwards compatibility, but the people that let's say coded for Windows 7 or such or Windows 8, they could easily probably code into Windows 10 and the Xbox is there.
Right.
So I would think they'd be able to bring features over more quickly.
I would hope so, and I would expect. I really can't. I would hope they wouldn't take stuff away, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Never
No,
know. It could happen.
it's it's possible that we just go back 2 years. in time.
No, no, the insanity.
Restart.
You know, it's funny. It's like,
It'll be like Groundhog Day.
you know, it's funny though. I was so upset that I remember when the Xbox One came out, I was like, "What do you mean I can't send a voicemail?" I was so frustrated because I did it all the time on the 360. You know, now now that it's there, I don't use it because
Yeah.
I think because it wasn't there to begin with, I got used to not having it, and now that's there, I forget that it's even there, and now I tend to send messages through off the computer with the Xbox One app or the
Yep.
Xbox app. I'll send messages there
Or
or through Smart Glass on my phone.
yeah,
So I don't
exactly.
even send them through the console anymore. So it's almost kind of a, you know, I was so upset that they didn't have it. Then they gave it to me, and now I don't even use it. So,
Well, you're one of those guys.
you know, hey, I want what I want when I want
Complainer.
it. I don't want it now. I wanted it 2 years ago. All right.
That's
But
funny.
well, again, thanks, Cat Flap, for the
Oh,
for
heck
the,
yeah.
the voicemail. And again, I encourage anybody
As
out there
always.
that's listening, shoot us again. Go to our website, thisxboxlife.com. Right on the right hand side, it says send voicemail. You click that, it might come up and say, "Hey, can I, access your camera or your microphone?" Say yes, and you'll have a little record button there. You hit record. Give us your gamer tag, give us your question or comment. If you don't have a question, you can just write a comment and say, how great Rob and Mark are, and what a loser Brun is, and we would play that. No.
Oh, over and
Over
over.
and over.
I'd make it my ringtone.
There you go. But yeah, just send us your questions or comments to the show. We really like to hear from you guys. If you want to follow us on Twitter, we're at twitter.com/thisxboxlife. And also on Facebook, facebook.com/groups/thisxboxlife. Again, it's a closed group, so your boss and your wife won't know you're posting on the site. All right, so let's get to the new games coming out this week. And there's quite a list, if this is accurate, from our source. So, Rob, why don't you tell us what's coming out, what we can play?
All right. So for Xbox One, we have the mega list. I don't think we've had a list this large in quite some time now. We have Nova 111, Disney Infinity 3.0.
I'm not doing it, man. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, parents,
Nope. Don't
keep
do
your wallet safe.
I'm avoiding it.
And that's the Star Wars one. right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm avoiding it. You know what's keeping me
Then,
from it? It requires peripherals, requires a disc, it requires a bunch of characters to have to buy again. Not doing it.
Characters to pick up around the house because they're used as toys instead of
Dude, when I boxed up my office, because I'm moving, I had one box just for the Skylanders characters. I'm like, this is insane.
that was all the stuff on the shelf, right?
Yeah, it took up an
Yeah,
entire
it was.
shelf, and that was a
Yep.
huge shelf. You saw it.
Yep. That's
So,
funny. Now you're going to get a shelf dedicated to the Star Wars
Nope.
stuff.
I'm actually not going to do it. I won't.
Yeah. Yes,
So,
you will.
Nope.
You just don't know it yet. You
Keep
will.
going.
Anyway, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, Mad Max. We also have Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. This is a game from the 360 that came out about a year or two ago, which is a phenomenal game. Definitely check this one out if you haven't.
I thought this was already on the Xbox One, but our source listed it as coming out in the next week.
Yeah, I know it was coming, but it was only on the 360.
Okay.
If I remember, it was either a sale game. I don't think it was one of the free ones. And then Super Toy Cars
No
is the
idea.
last one off the list.
I think there's a couple
And I
of
think there were, what?
couple indie titles in there. It looks like this week.
Oh, yeah. And I want to say that there was a couple of games that just came out today. Weren't there?
Yesterday, because it was Tuesday. So I think you had, but you might have mentioned them last week.
Because here, Major Nelson listed a couple. So Dying Light has a demo finally. When did that game come out? Like
It's not worth your
1975?
money. Don't buy it.
I think the game came out in 1975. It's about time they had a demo for it. I mean, why even bother at this point? And then Watch Dogs Complete Edition.
Complete.
Is
Was
available
it incomplete before?
Yes, apparently.
Okay.
Apparently so. Octodad. This was a game. I looked at the trailer a couple weeks back when they first had it come out. I don't even know what to say about this game. It just I
It's not
check
worth
it out if you want. What?
it's not worth mentioning.
I did you see the trailer for it?
No.
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 Yeah,
Is that
check it
something I
out
need
if
to
you
do?
want.
Okay.
Yeah, take a look at it. Maybe look at it while I'm going through this list. Octodad is the name.
All right.
Uh, Goat Simulator More Goats edition is now available for
Oh,
Xbox.
gee, I can't even. Yeah. Okay.
Yasai Ninja is another one. It's now available. Don't Starve Giant Edition is now available. Actually, that came out yesterday.
Right.
So I guess that's the list. So a couple of things came out today, in addition to what we had. And trying to see what the complete edition of Watch Dogs is the game plus the season pass. There's some new game mode weapons, outfits, missions. Play as T-Bone. Maybe that's a season pass. Or whatever.
For the
Yeah.
low price of $80.
And Watch Dogs, that's about at least a year old now, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So.
So anyway, did you pull up that trailer?
No, I'm not gonna watch it right now. I already forgot. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'll look at it later.
it's dangerous to have you do anything on your
Yeah,
system.
let me do it, and then everybody will hear
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So what's
And
coming out
so
on 360?
for 360, we have Disney Infinity 3.0. Again, this is the one that's got Mark shaking in his boots. And isn't the Lego game supposed to come out pretty soon as well?
Probably.
I think that one's due out in the next month or so
There's
as
gonna be a
well.
lot of Star Wars stuff coming out here before the end of the year.
Oh yeah.
So
So anyway, that's what we have this week for the retail releases, or this coming week. And if you make any purchases on Amazon.com, make sure to use our affiliate link so you can help support the show. Make all your purchases using the affiliate link by going to this xboxlife.com and then click on the Amazon logo on the sort of like top right of the page. And make sure to do that each and every time you go to make a purchase at Amazon. It helps support the show. It doesn't cost you anything extra. We kind of get a little kickback for sending you their way. And if you're on iTunes to do your podcasting stuff out there, then just make sure to find this Xbox Life. And if you can, please review us and rate us 5 stars. So that'll help us immensely by pushing us up in the rankings so we can be a featured podcast on there. And I believe that's it, my friend.
all righty. Well, we appreciate you guys watching and supporting us. And I don't know. I got nothing else, Rob.
Yeah, me neither.
All right, then let's get out of here. Again, thank you for all you guys do. We appreciate it. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here. So we will be back next week, and Brun will be returning. And so we will see you guys next week. I am Mark, a.k.a. Wingman709, taking off.
I'm Rob, also known as Presar. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll catch you all next week.